stars, you'll find that you're not far from them. And if you follow your heart, if we look to the stars, you'll find.
Happy birthday, Tom Ford, August 27th, Virgo season. Wish Tom Ford a happy birthday, man. Salute, man. Tom Ford make the best suits, man. Tailor-made suits, man. Tom Ford, man. Salute. You see a lot of celebrities that got money in Tom Ford suits, man. So, yeah. Salute to Tom Ford, man. Keep making them suits. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep making that money. Like, share, subscribe, follow me, man. Nobody support me anyway. You know what I mean? Hip-hop historian, man. But, hey, listen.
But when it's time to support it, I'm there. You be back tonight? I told them no. So with them and food.
That makes sense because some of these kids is growing up seeing way too much shit that they can't make sense of, and they cannot. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see all of that stuff growing up. My father went to prison. He did his first 12-year bit. I think he started when I was 6 or 7, right? But I didn't see all of that shit growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I did not have an aptitude for solving problems with violence and thinking that shit is like normal behavior because I wasn't around him. And when me and him talked when he got out when I was 19, he was like humbly asking me like, how do you feel about me not being around? I'm like, hey pops, like I'm okay, like, you know. So I was good. So, but he still now to this day he feel a little guilty that he did not teach me that. Like he didn't teach me a lot of the stuff that I learned during the military when I was sick. Sorry about that dog, that noise, y'all. I'm on the balcony, but he still struggle with it a lot now to this day. But I'll be like, pops, we good. Like I'm 40, you got a granddaughter. We cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but imagine if I would have seen a lot of that shit. That my little brother seen a lot of that shit. You know what they end up doing? They end up going to prison because they learn how to. You know what I'm saying? They was way more exposed to a lot of that shit than I was. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's very important. Like we can't force them to do what they not gonna do if they gonna be doing that. And this is for the same the ladies too. Some of these ladies out here, you know, dancing and stuff like that. Whatever the fuck. I ain't passing no judgment, of course, but I'm just saying we gotta keep a lot of that stuff away from the kids. And I think if we could do that, they can have of course, just feed them. We were talking about that earlier. Make sure they fed. Make sure they got some nice, clean clothes that's ironed to go to school in. All that kind of shit matters to kids, I would say.
But it's the decision making, JP. Decision making is the key, man. Decision making is a choice. You have a choice in decision.
Yeah.
You got to straighten that up. They could be around that shit all the time, but they got a choice and a decision to make. You want to build up their strength? I'm not doing that. I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's true.
And it's not even about being so strict with your kids, because most kids don't want to disappoint their parents. Not, you know what I'm saying, get their parents mad. I don't want to disappoint my father and do that. That's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. It's all about a choice and a decision, man.
Yeah,
everybody has one.
That's 100. I didn't want to disappoint him, and he didn't even necessarily raise me. But for whatever reason, I was like, man, listen, it is what it is. I'm gonna make him proud. I want him to be. At like 14, 15, I was thinking like I want him to be one of the dudes from the neighborhood that can say my kid made it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why I was thinking like that. I just wasn't tripping or whatever. I don't know.
See, I was dead. I was dead in my father. My father wasn't dead. One thing I did was date. Oh, was that me? I'm sorry.
Now go ahead. It's on you.
I thank my father. I thank my father for being the father that he wasn't, because it made me the father that I am. And that's one thing he was able to do. you know what? I need some major. And he died. Knowing that, I forgave him. That's how it is.
As a people, do we ever look around and look at other cultures and consider, like, the times? Like, I know a lot of times we want to cover our children, we want to keep them safe, we want to give them a level of innocence. But if, like, say now we're, like, considering a new world war, and, you know, your kids soft shit and don't understand what war is, or understand a certain diet, or understand gardening and things of that matter, like, preparing them for school is preparing them for a system. Preparing them for, you know, anything outside of what you find to be appropriate for the times. Like, I think we just always miss the times so badly. You know, it's like in the times that we are, and the time that you should raise your children. Like, I because I homeschool, I attract a lot of people who are resorting to homeschooling, but it's like you cannot rely on anyone or anything else but yourself. So you gotta ask yourself, where are you? What do you see? What are you engaged in? So that you can prepare that child to deal with whatever they see you dealing with. Like, my children see me dealing with things politically, so they have to understand why and how I deal with these things politically. So they have to understand civics, and they have to understand those things, and that's how I raise and train them, so that what's understood don't have to be explained. A lot of times people take time to explain shit to their children. It's like, no. When it's time to be on go, we don't have time to sit and help you try to, you know, understand this, because the Bible says raise a child in the way they should go. So I think that sometimes we're overbearing with their innocence, when we can really start by 5 and really give them some raw material to keep them from that system, prison pipeline, because if you're turning them over to the system, I guarantee that that's be their foundation. You can find your way to money.
John, it's one thing. That's the number one thing. Need discipline in the physical world. Man is around, then that man needs to know himself. Unfortunately, a lot of the women around, they have kids by themselves. And one thing I see my female friends do is they let kids slide on things, and over time, the child is unruly, because they let them slide a little bit at a time. When it comes to the man being around, if that man is such discipline, he already understands how things are going to be in the future. So he's going to make sure that child stays as disciplined as they're supposed to. Not punishing the child or treating them bad, but the understanding is that child's supposed to get up at 8 o'clock every day. They're getting up at 8 o'clock every day. They're not going to let them sleep and it's 8 o'clock and they tell them to get up, and the kid gets to sleep in bed until 8:30. That's what a mother sometimes will do all the time. The father's going to say, no, you're getting up at 8 o'clock. Right? And every now and then, if it's a weekend or whatever it is, the father can let the child sleep a little bit better, because now, as that child grows up, they're disciplined to do that. Right? The child doesn't need to get, second thing, the child doesn't need to get everything they ask for. Kids should have to work for a lot of the things that they want. That's discipline and structure. If they have to work to get things, when they go out into the world, they understand working to get things. They won't be lazy. They won't go into the world looking for people to give them things for no reason. Right? The physical work, when your child has chores and everything, what you're doing is, because they're growing up with chores, again, structure and discipline, as they get older, it's not a fuss for them to do it, because you already train them to do it. When they get out the household and they go